Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute and I know that, but finally we are here and we are making more videos to upload very soon. Okay, so no worries, and I hope you're all doing great by the grace of God. So today we are making a delicious fish pie, and this is a simple and an amazing recipe that I'll love you to watch till the end, be inspired and try this and bring me the feedback. If you are new, hey, you are warmly welcome. And to all my OGs, thanks for your support, and let's get started. Into the saucepan, I'm putting in my mackerel and I'm adding my ginger, garlic and onions, which I've chopped nicely to add to the fish to bring their flavors together to help take the taste of the fish to the next level. I'll then go ahead and add my seasonings. And first I'm adding my rosemary, fresh rosemary. I'm adding my all-purpose seasoning. Next is my fish seasoning, curry powder, salt to taste. I'll then add my mixed herbs, which I love so much. And finally, water to help with the steaming process. Now let's cover it up. Very soon, it should be ready because fish don't take long to get tender. Now the fish is ready, so we're going to leave it for it to cool down, and then finally we'll break it into pieces and continue from there. So keep watching till the end and be inspired. Wow, this fish seasoning smells so amazing. I'm going ahead to break the fish apart and remove the bones, and then we continue from there. I'm adding the fish to the frying pan. I'll go ahead and further crush it or mash it because that's how I want it for now, okay? You can just leave it like this in chunks or go ahead and crush it into smaller pieces. I'm now adding the fish broth. Wow, this is so heavily. Go ahead and add a little bit of water because we want it to be a bit moist. We want some moisture in there. So add water and add your colorful vegetables. Give it a good stir to combine and let it cook on a low heat. Wow, this is so heavily. Smells amazing. Give this a try and bring me the feedback, and I will really appreciate it. So now that the fish is on a low heat and is smelling amazing, we go ahead and prepare our pie crust. I'm using 8 cups of plain flour, and you can also use all-purpose flour if you want. This is the first 2 cups. And these are the flavors that I'm going to add to the flour. And they are ginger, garlic, and onions, and my nutmeg. But first, I'll grate some nutmeg, add to the flour because we are adding the dry ingredients first. I'll go and then blend the ginger, garlic, and onions and add it later on. Go ahead and add a little bit of salt and sugar if you want, but today I'm adding none of that because the butter I'm using has a lot of salt content in it and it's going to be just fine for me. Okay, so now I'm adding my blended garlic, ginger, and onion. What an amazing flavor! I just love the aroma, and it's going to be so delicious. I'm now adding my butter, and I'm using 500 grams of butter. Mix to combine everything nicely together, and it shouldn't be sticky, but rather it should be like sandy like sort of flour, just like what you are seeing here. Perfect. But after some time I added a little bit of butter. That's why you can see the texture is a little bit different from before, but that's fine because I want it to be rich. So now I'm going ahead to add my evaporated milk and fresh whole milk to the pie crust to take my pie crust to the next level. As always, use a clean hand to combine everything together nicely. And at this stage, we are molding the pie crust, okay? We are molding it very nicely, not too nicely, but at least make it molded. Just mold it into a round shape, sort of. And then now use a cling foam and keep it in the fridge for some time. For about 30 minutes is fine. You can even skip the keeping it in the fridge part. Straight away, go ahead and just cut it out into any shape of your choice. Add your fillings and then bake it, okay? But I'm going to put it in the fridge as I said earlier because that's how I want it. So now you can also see that I've added flour to the fish filling and I'm also adding water to the fish filling. This is because I want the filling to be a little bit thicker than normal, and adding the water will also help to bring some moisture in the fillings. That's all, okay? So you can either do that or just opt that part out. It's so optional. I've allowed it to cool down and I'm transferring it into a bowl, a different bowl, before I just fill my pie up with this amazing fish pie filling. Finally, our pie crust is out. It's time for us to use our rolling pin to work on it, roll over it, front and back to get the perfect size for our pie. We will then cut it out into any shape of our choice and finally fill the pie crust up and bake it and enjoy the pie. Guys, I hope you have been inspired and I believe you try this recipe as soon as possible. Please don't forget to give your girl a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share, comment, and recommend this channel to friends and families who may be interested in my recipes. And if you are new, hey, you are warmly welcome. Please join the family by clicking on the red subscribe button, click on the bell button to be notified and be updated whenever I upload new videos. This is what I'm using to shape my pie and it's fine. You can use anything that you prefer, okay? So this is the first shape I have. Continue to do this until you are done with all the pie crusts. And now finally, we're going to fill our crust up. This is the first one. Mmm, this is so amazing. So with this one, you can all see I didn't use water at the edges, but all the same, it's going to be just fine. But it's advisable to always use water at the edges so that it can seal properly, okay? And it will not open up when it's baking in the oven. Okay, so with the second one, or with this one, I'll add water to the edges and you all see it, okay? But depending on the pie's texture and richness, if you add water or not, I don't think it's going to open up in the oven. But this pie is so rich to the extent that even if you add water or not, it's not going to open up in any way, shape, or form. So know that, okay? Repeat this process. Use your index finger to make the design at the edges, or you can use a fork to make the design at the edges, okay? So in this video, I'm going to use fork as well for you to see how you can use the fork to make the design at the edges. Repeat the same process until you are done with all of the shaped up pie crusts. So now I'm going to use the fork to design these pies, and they are going to have no fillings because that's how the kids love their pie without fillings. So I'm using the fork to make the design at the edges, and that is it. Repeat it until you are done with all of the crusts like the first one. Wow, finally we are here, and we are using our fork to poke some holes in the pie so that it doesn't explode when it's baking in the oven. And you can use the fork to make 3 designs, 2 designs, 4 designs. Just use it to make any design that you prefer, either on the side or like I'm doing, just on top of it, or on one side like I'm doing on this one. Just 2 is okay. Just have fun making these things and enjoy yourself in the kitchen. I'm going to use the egg to make glossy effects on the pies. Wow. You can as well use milk, but I'm using egg. So guys, repeat the same things on all of the pies and let it go straight into the oven and get ready to be eaten. This pie smells so good, guys. It smells so amazing. Talk of the nutmeg, talk of the ginger, talk of the garlic and the onions. But make sure you don't add too much ginger, okay? Just add a little bit of ginger. Always let the ginger be smaller than the garlic and onion, and you are good to go. So now we are all done, and the oven is preheating. So it's going straight into the oven for about 30 minutes. What an amazing aroma. I love the aroma in my kitchen right now. I'm going to poke some holes on these ones too and add some glossiness onto the top of the pie, and it will also go straight into the oven and get ready to be eaten. Guys, I hope you are inspired and you try this recipe. Thank you all for your time, and I believe this is helpful. Please keep watching till the end so that you know how it all ended and bring me the feedback when you try this amazing recipe. Okay, we are back and look at that. This is so beautiful. The aroma is everywhere, and I can smell the amazing nutmeg. Wow, I can smell the flavor of the garlic, the onions, and a little bit of the ginger. This is so amazing, and I hope you try this. Thank you all for watching. Look at that. It's so moist on the inside, it's so flaky and rich on the outside. This is a perfect fish pie that you would love to make. Thank you all, and see you all again in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, be good, enjoy. Bye bye. Kiss.